Chronicles 6:15 and 16. 6:15 and 16. Do you not know your bodies are members of Christ? Am I to take Christ's members and devote them to harlot? Never. Do you not know that he who joins himself to a harlot is one with her in the body? For the pair, it is said, shall become one. You know, we are vessels for God's use, not for our own desires. We shouldn't follow things that please us, but do things that please the Lord because we're His. Okay. Esther 2:10, 3:10 through the end of the chapter, verse 15. The king took his ring from his hand and gave it to Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. Now this gives him the king's authority. The king's authority, the ring had a seal on it with the king's authority. So this gives Haman authority to do this. It gives him the king's authority, king's power for this. This is the king showing trust to Haman. Haman's favored. So he allows Haman to do this. The Jews' enemy. It points out that Haman's goal was to rid of the Jews. He was the enemy of the Jews. And now he had the king's backing to get what he wanted. Power and a harmful thing. Two big, bad combinations. He knew what he wanted, and it was evil. And he had the power now to do it. Many people in the world are like that. They have the power to do evil. Many people in authority are not serving the Lord, so they're serving evil. The king said to Haman, "The silver is given to you, the people also to do with them as it seems good to you." So now he gives him the authority. He not only has the king's ring with power, but he has the authority. And he also has finance to do it. So at this point, nothing seems to be able to stop Haman from destroying the Jews, God's people. Sometimes it seems like nothing is going to stop the world from attacking us, trying to defeat the way of the Lord, defeat Christianity, defeat our faith. Sometimes it seems like the world is against us, and it is. But the Lord's for us, in spite of that. Verse 12. Then the king's scribes were called in on the first month, on the 13th day of the month, and all that Haman commanded was written to the king's satraps and to the governors who were over every province, and to the princesses of every people, and to every province according to its writings, and to every people in their language. It was written in the name of the king Ahasuerus, and it was sealed with the king's ring. So this makes it official. This makes it law binding. Letters were sent by couriers into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause perish to all the Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even on the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, and to plunder their possessions. So now it's like the Jews are going to go away. There's no hope. But we always can find hope in the Lord. When it seems like the church is dying, we can find life. We find our life in the Lord. Verse 14. A copy of the letter that the decree should be given out in every province was published to all the peoples, that they should be prepared against the day. The couriers went forth in haste by king's command, and the decree was given out in the citadel of Susa. The king and Haman sat down to drink, but the city of Shushan was perplexed. So they're wondering, why? Why is he against the Jews? Because the world hates those favored by the Lord. The Jews were favored by the Lord. The church is favored by the Lord. The world hates Jews. The world hates the church. And the Jews are God's chosen people. Christians are we're followers of Christ. Both are going to be hated by the world. But the fact is, no matter how much the world hates us, we're not of the world, we're of God. So we cannot be put away. The Jews would not be put away. Even though they signed it into law, the Jews still would be. No matter what, people have tried to destroy the church over the years. Rome, for a time, stood against the church, but the church still stands today, and Rome is just a little city. Nothing more. With a great memory. And the church's memory is still going today.